my friends, in the last episode I discussed about how there is no such thing called Alt Control Delete in the human system. You cannot save a behavior, you cannot make a behavior a habit by a mechanical process. You need to know the interplay between the behavior, thoughts and feelings. You should understand the behavior in the context of a habit and the habit in the context of thoughts and feelings. So I wanted to write down these words which are relevant. Behavior, habit, thoughts, feelings. Once you understand the interplay between these four words, you can understand the application of NLP. I explained to you that behavior is what is seen outside a person. Habit, you don't see, you see only a behavior, but you can understand the habit by seeing the person doing the same thing consistently. Why is he doing consistently this behavior? Why is he not doing another behavior with consistency? That's because of a habit. Why do I form this habit and not some other habit? That is because of the interplay between thoughts and feelings. What is a thought? A thought crosses your mind. A thought of going to a church, a temple, crosses your mind. A thought of having a cup of coffee or tea crosses your mind. In fact, you can add one more word for this list I gave you. I said behavior, habit, thoughts, feelings, add this word mind also. A behavior takes place in the body. Thoughts and feelings take place in the mind. So the mind is a container. I have a pocket and anything goes into the pocket, and the one which is in the pocket is the content and the pocket is the container. So the mind is a container, various thoughts crosses the mind. A thought enters and then a feeling is created. If the feeling is a happy feeling, if the feeling is a pleasant feeling, the behavior associated with that thought, you are tempted to do it again. For example, you feel tension, you feel restless, you feel like having a cup of coffee. The thought of having a cup of coffee, if it gives a positive feeling, you go have a cup of coffee, so feeling. So every time you go through this stress, a thought enters, why not have a cup of coffee? You take a coffee and the feeling is positive. You do it repeatedly, it becomes a habit. So this becomes a program. The mind, the behavior, the feeling associated with the behavior, when you repeat it several times, it becomes a mental program. So NLP is about programming the mind. So when people come to me for counseling, I make them to understand why do they do what they do and why do they do it that way. You have to be sensitive to these soft aspects. That's why I keep saying, let's not talk about NLP from a superficial sense. We attend the NLP comprehensive program or when I attended way back in 97, it was a 28-day program, morning 9 o'clock to evening 9 o'clock, and with the projects on the weekends. We go deeper, we understand. In fact, NLP is not as complicated as many think. It's not mesmerism, and it is not hypnotism. In a mesmerism, hypnotism, you work with the subconscious mind. In NLP situation, you are very much working with the conscious mind. The person knows what he is doing. Let's say the person comes to me with a problem of addiction to, let's say, a mobile phone. So we ask him, how do you feel when you do this? How do you feel when you don't do this? Once we elicit this response, it's much easier to replace a mental program, a new mental program. So NLP is not about replacing a habit. NLP is not about replacing a behavior. That's manipulation. NLP is about rewriting the program so that a new mental program is introduced in the place of the old mental program. Becoming curious? I'll give you a case study in the next episode. Keep watching.